Attention Washington fans! Thought you knew everything about the Commanders? You're completely wrong. I just got exclusive information that's going to blow your minds. Did you know there's a silent war among FC teams to steal our stars? And while some players think about leaving, others are building a defensive stronghold that's going to terrify the entire league. But that's not the craziest part. Quinn just revealed secret names that are going to completely transform this team's identity. I'm talking about information that the top beat reporters don't want you to know. Information that's going to change your view of this season forever. Today, I've got 3 explosive news items that will help you understand why this season won't just be historic, but legendary for the Commanders. If you don't subscribe right now, you're going to miss out on the deepest, rawest, and most real analysis in the DMV. And trust me, you don't want to be the only fan who didn't see this coming. Listen up, Washington fans. I'm going to tell you something that most top analysts are completely ignoring about this team. Sain Ristol isn't just another promising cornerback. This young man is orchestrating a silent revolution that we, Commanders fans, have been waiting for decades. And the proof has just arrived straight from the team's heart. Zach Selby, the official insider of the Commanders website, just dropped a bombshell that has the entire coaching staff whispering. He didn't just name Sain Ristol as one of the standout figures of the second week of training. No, he labeled him as the cornerstone of this franchise's future. Do you understand the magnitude of that statement coming from someone with direct access to the locker room? But let me tell you the full story that no one else is telling you. Do you remember when we drafted Sain Ristol with the 50th pick in the second round last year? I was there, following every analysis, every critique. The experts said he was too small, that he didn't have the physique to be a factor in the NFL, that Adam Peters had made a massive mistake. How wrong they turned out to be. Do you know what happened during his rookie season? Something that rarely occurs with rookie quarterbacks. No one worried when he was covering on the field. And do you know why that's absolutely extraordinary? Because rookie cornerbacks are usually mercilessly attacked by veteran quarterbacks. But with Sain Ristol, it was different. He did his job without drama, without costly errors, without allowing those explosive plays that have killed us for years. But now comes the part that has me completely excited. With the draft of Trey Amos. In the second round of this year, 2025, the coaching staff made a brilliant decision. They moved Sain Ristol back to nickel, which is exactly where his unique skills can shine like a supernova. Have you seen the practices? Because I have, and I'm going to describe what's happening. Sain Ristol isn't just playing well. He's dominating. He's reading routes before the receivers even finish running them. He's communicating coverages like a 10-year veteran. He's making tackles in the backfield that leave the running backs wondering what on earth just happened. But here's what truly has me obsessed with this guy. Quinn, who has seen hundreds of players in his career, said something that gave me chills. Not only is he dominating on the field, but he's evolving as a locker room leader. Do you understand what that means for a second-year player? That's absolutely insane. I believe that Adam Peters knew exactly the treasure he was acquiring when he selected him. While Ron Rivera left us with massive holes all over the defense with his utterly incompetent drafts during 4 wasted years, Peters brought us a future. Cornerstone of the franchise and a single brilliant pick. But do you know what the X factor is that truly makes Sain Ristol special? That fierce mentality, that intensity that never fades. It doesn't matter if it's a Tuesday morning practice, a preseason scrimmage, or a December divisional game where everything is on the line. The level of effort, the concentration, the technical precision, everything remains exactly the same. That's what separates the great from the merely good. And here's my boldest prediction. Sain Ristol isn't just going to be a solid piece in our nickel. He's going to be the player who finally gives us that defensive stability we've desperately sought for years. He's going to be the kind of player that, in 5 years, we'll remember as when everything changed for this defense. The question that obsesses me every night is this: will Sain Ristol be the catalyst that transforms our entire defensive unit from mediocre to elite? Because based on what I'm seeing, on what the insiders are reporting, and how Quinn talks about him, I guarantee yes, this guy is going to be a fundamental piece in our inevitable rise to perennial contention. If that revelation surprises you, prepare yourself because what's coming is pure dynamite. Maximum alert, Washington fans. Did you think Terry McLaurin would just sit around quietly waiting for our organization to resolve his contract situation? You're completely wrong. What I just discovered is going to blow your mind because there's a silent conspiracy of FC teams hunting our top talents like vultures. Chris Halleck of DK Pittsburgh Sports recently revealed explosive information with massive implications for our future. The Pittsburgh Steelers, those bastards, contacted the Commander's offices directly, asking about a potential trade for our star receiver. This wasn't a casual inquiry. It was an official, serious call with real intentions of doing business. Now I pose this burning question. How the hell are FC teams systematically hunting our best players while our own organization can't solve a simple contract extension? It's absolutely disgraceful. Let me paint the full picture of what truly happened during that call. The Steelers didn't call to ask, is he available? They called because their scouts, analysts, and entire coaching staff have been obsessively studying McLaurin's tape. They see what we see every Sunday, an elite receiver who can alter the fate of any league offense. To their credit, the Commanders immediately cut the conversation. They said there was nothing to discuss regarding McLaurin. But here's what truly enrages me. The mere fact that call happened tells me there are teams across the league that can see the exceptional talent we've got, while we continue playing dangerous contract games. But now comes the part that truly boils my blood. McLaurin has been crystal clear in his demands. He wants to be the true number one receiver on any team he plays for. Not the nominal number one, not the top on paper. The real number one with the targets, the respect, and the salary appropriate for that position. And what do the Pittsburgh geniuses do? They just completed a massive trade for DK Metcalf, obviously making him their main receiver. So why the hell did they call for McLaurin? To make Terry the second fiddle in their orchestra? That's a monumental disrespect to one of the league's best receivers. But let me explain the real ramifications of this situation that go far beyond a mere phone call. First, it confirms McLaurin's market value is through the ROOF. When teams like Pittsburgh, who have just invested massive resources in another receiver, still call for you, that means your league stock is at a stratospheric level. Second, and this is what really concerns me. This demonstrates there's a league-wide perception that McLaurin could be available. Where does that perception come from? From the contract negotiations that have been dragging on for months without resolution. The conversations between McLaurin and the organization remain at an absolute standstill. No one's budging. No one's finding middle ground. And meanwhile, the clock ticks toward the season start. According to multiple reports I've been obsessively following, there's another AFC team considered a favorite if we finally decide to entertain serious offers. But do you know what drives me crazy about this situation? McLaurin is burgundy and gold in his purest essence. He's bled for this franchise. He's given everything he's got in every play, every season. Even when our offenses have been absolutely pathetic, he's been professional, loyal, productive, and exceptional even with quarterbacks who couldn't find water in the ocean. And now, just as we have Jaden Daniels developing, just as we have a real opportunity to build something special, are we going to make the historic stupidity of letting go of our best receiver over a few million differences in negotiations? Here's my rawest analysis. If we lose Terry McLaurin, it won't just be the loss of a great player. It will be a cosmic message to the entire league that the Commanders remain the dysfunctional organization incapable of retaining elite talent. It will confirm that we still don't understand how to build a winning team. Do we really want to see Terry McLaurin dominating on another team, making spectacular plays with another quarterback, while we desperately search for consistency in the offense. Are we really going to witness how another team benefits from the talent we developed? The final question that obsesses me is this: is Adam Peters going to prove he's different from previous general managers and resolve this now? Or are we destined to make another monumental historical mistake as a franchise? Because I guarantee one thing: if McLaurin leaves, we'll regret that decision for the next 10 years. But if you thought that was intense, brace yourself, because what's coming is going to blow your minds. Prepare for the most explosive training revelation. Dan Quinn, the defensive genius who knows talent better than anyone in this league, has just exposed the names that will completely revolutionize our defense. In an exclusive interview with Mike Golick Jr. on the Bleacher Report's BR Gridiron stream, our head coach didn't just mention players. He revealed the secret weapons that will terrorize rival offenses. Quinn went straight to the point when asked about the new acquisitions that have impressed him the most. Without hesitation, without diplomacy, without political answers. He went straight to the defense and specifically named THREE figures building something special. Javon Kinlaw, Dietrich Wise, and Will Harris. Javon Kinlaw, the monster that will change our defensive line. Forever listening carefully, because what I'm about to tell you about Kinlaw will blow your mind. Do you remember our pathetic defense against the run last year? We were the third worst team in the entire league allowing rushing yards, an absolute shame that made me nauseous every Sunday. Amateur running backs were running over us like we were practice cones. It was absolutely humiliating to see how rival teams simply decided, you know what, we're going to run straight over Washington because they can't stop us. And they were right. But Adam Peters knew exactly what he was doing when he brought Javon Kinlaw from the New York Jets. This wasn't a let's see what happens signing. It was a strategic acquisition to solve our most critical defensive problem. And do you know what was the first thing Kinlaw did when he arrived in Washington? It wasn't giving statements to the press. It wasn't discussing his expectations. He went straight to the gym and began working obsessively to transform his physique. He used to play heavier in the Jets scheme, but arrived here determined to slim down and find that perfect combination of size and athleticism. When you see him now in practices, he remains an absolute monster of a human being. We're talking about a guy who makes entire offensive lines seem small. But now you see him, and you think, this guy is not only massive, he's fast, he's explosive, he's unstoppable. Quinn has repeatedly mentioned this in his press conferences. And he's absolutely right. The trenches can't show their true potential until they put on the pads and start real contact. But Kinlaw didn't waste a single second proving why Peters brought him here. Have you seen the practice reports? Kinlaw has been destroying the offensive line in drills. He's made multiple plays, breaking into the backfield to stop running backs before they could even establish rhythm. He's been putting constant pressure on quarterbacks, forcing them to make quick and uncomfortable decisions. But here's what truly excites me. It's not just the individual production. It's the energy he's bringing to the entire defensive unit. When you have a monster like Kinlaw dominating the middle, it frees up everyone else to make plays. Linebackers can attack more aggressively. Defensive backs can play tighter coverage. Because they know the pressure is coming, I guarantee that fans will love the intensity Kinlaw brings to the field. They'll see plays where this guy simply crushes guards and centers, creating havoc in the backfield. Peters made a brilliant decision, bringing him here and letting him play with more freedom at a weight where he feels completely comfortable and dominant. Dietrich Wise, the intelligent veteran who'll be our silent H.E.O. now. Let's talk about Dietrich Wise, and let me explain why this signing is going to be absolutely crucial for our success this season. We desperately needed someone on the edge who could do two things that have killed us for years: consistently stop the run, and generate real pressure on the quarterback. Wise has been a solid and reliable veteran in this league for years. He's not the guy who will appear on SportsCenter highlights every week, but he's exactly the type of player that wins championships. He's going to bring that deadly combination of brute strength and technical reach from the edge to win his matchups against any offensive tackle. I've been saying this for months, and now I'm more convinced than ever. Wise is going to be one of the unrecognized heroes of this defense throughout the season. He's going to do that dirty work, that fundamental labor that doesn't always appear in the stats, but is absolutely essential for the team's success. His ability to stop the run will be a tremendous and immediate improvement compared to what we had with Dante Fowler Jr. last year. Fowler was inconsistent, undisciplined, and frankly frustrating to watch on many crucial plays. Wise is the opposite: disciplined, technical, and reliable on every snap. But don't mistake him for just a run stopper. This guy is a LSO going to reach. The quarterback can produce numbers that will surprise many underestimated analysts. And do you know which play convinced me completely that Wise is going to be special here? During Saturday's practices, when the offense was working red zone drills, Wise did something that gave me chills of excitement. Pre-snap, he saw something in the offensive formation. Instead of simply reacting, he communicated what he saw, pointing it out to his line mates. That's football intelligence at the highest level. Then, when the ball was snapped, he found his perfect path to the backfield and stopped Brian Robinson Jr., who was running toward the completely opposite side from where Wise was. Do you understand how exceptional that is? He didn't just make the physical play. He read the play, communicated with his teammates, and then executed perfectly, even though the action was heading to the other side. That's what separates the special players from the merely good. Will Harris, the versatile secret weapon that will stabilize our SECONDARY. And now we get to Will Harris, who was honestly my biggest unknown coming into the training. We desperately needed to replace Jeremy Chinn, who left for the Las Vegas Raiders in free agency and left us with a massive gap in terms of defensive versatility. Harris was completely unknown to me. I had no expectations, no predictions, no idea what to expect from this signing. But let me tell you what I've seen. This guy is going to be an absolute revelation. His coverage ability when playing safety has been impressive. He's reading routes, communicating coverages, making safe, fundamental tackles. But here's what truly has me excited. The versatility Quinn has been mentioning isn't just marketing speak. It's real. I've seen Harris playing strong safety in team drills, where he's covering tight ends and slot receivers with total confidence. Then, in the same practice, I've seen him drop to the slot as a corner when they execute dime packages with extra defensive backs. That versatility is invaluable in modern NFL. Do you realize what that means tactically? It means that Quinn can use complex defensive packages without substituting players. He can keep consistent personnel while changing responsibilities and coverages. That's going to drive rival offensive coordinator CRAZY. Our secondary finally, for the first time in years, has true stability and real depth. Harris seems to fit perfectly into our defensive structure, mainly working as a safety alongside Quan Martin, but with the flexibility to move wherever necessary. You understand what this all means when put together? Jaden Daniels and our offense need the defense to take a massive step forward and be dramatically better than last season. They can't win games scoring 35 points every Sunday because the defense allows 40. The Commanders can absolutely achieve that transformation if they get the maximum potential from these three new acquisitions. Kinlaw dominating the interior, Wise controlling the edge, and Harris providing that crucial versatility in the secondary. To this point, they are making extraordinary impressions on Dan Quinn, who has seen thousands of players in his career. But here's my boldest prediction. These three won't be just incremental improvements. They are going to be the catalyst of a complete transformation of our defensive identity. They are going to turn a unit that was predictable and exploitable into something aggressive, intelligent, and absolutely fearsome for rival offenses. Washington fans, let's recap this nuclear information. Sain Ristol is silently building the future of our defense, while becoming a locker room leader at 23 years old. McLaurin is being hunted by FC teams who see his astronomical value, while we play dangerous contract games. And Quinn just revealed the 3 secret weapons that will terrorize the whole league: Kinlaw, Wise, and Harris. Do you think these 3 explosive situations define exactly how our season is going to be? Because I guarantee you that tomorrow we're going to have more absolutely dynamiting news about these commanders that will make this information seem like just the beginning. Hit like immediately if you believe Sain Ristol will be our undisputed cornerstone for the next 10 years. Subscribe right now if you think we should pay McLaurin A&Y necessary to keep him in burgundy and gold. And let me know in the comments, which of these 3 new defenders, Kinlaw, Wise, or Harris, do you think will have the most devastating impact this season? Are we really witnessing the beginning of a new golden era in Washington? Or is it that we finally have the technical and executive leadership to turn exceptional talent into consistent victories? This community is not just an audience. We are a family obsessed with this team. I need you to be an active part of this historic conversation. Subscribe immediately because what's coming this season is going to be absolutely legendary for the Commanders. We're going to live every move, every decision, every epic victory together as the burgundy and gold family that we are. And always remember, hail to the Redskins.